Have you ever gone to bed thinking you were taking care of your health, only to wake up the next morning with your body silently struggling in ways you couldn't even feel? What if I told you that one of the biggest threats to your liver isn't always alcohol, but the foods you eat during the last hour before bed? Every single night, while you're sleeping peacefully, your liver is working harder than almost any other organ in your body. It never asks for a vacation. It never takes a day off. It works around the clock, filtering your blood, balancing blood sugar, storing vitamins, breaking down toxins, helping digest fats, and repairing your body while you rest. But here's the heartbreaking truth. Millions of people unknowingly make this incredible organ work much harder every single night simply because of one unhealthy bedtime habit. The good news, changing that habit is easier than you think. In today's video, I'm going to reveal 5 of the best fruits you can enjoy before bed as part of a healthy lifestyle that supports your liver. But don't skip ahead, because the number 1 fruit surprises almost everyone. And at the end, I'll also reveal the bedtime mistake that quietly damages liver health, even in people who think they're eating healthy. Before we begin, I'd love to know who's watching today. Tell me your name and the country you're watching from in the comments below. I read as many comments as possible, and it always makes my day to see people joining this community from all over the world. And if your goal is to stay healthy, energetic, and independent after 50 or 60, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because every week we share simple, science-informed health tips that can help you enjoy a stronger, longer life. Now let me tell you about someone I'll call Michael. At 69 years old, Michael believed he had nothing to worry about. He wasn't a heavy drinker. He walked every morning with his wife. He played with his grandchildren every weekend. He thought liver disease happened only to people who drank too much alcohol. Then came his yearly checkup. His doctor looked at the blood test, paused for a moment, and said something Michael never expected. "Your liver enzymes are a little higher than I'd like to see." Michael's heart immediately sank. "My liver? That can't be right. I hardly drink." His doctor smiled kindly and replied, "Alcohol isn't the only thing that can stress your liver." That sentence changed everything. The doctor explained that excess sugar, obesity, insulin resistance, processed foods, lack of exercise, and years of unhealthy eating habits can slowly overload the liver without causing obvious symptoms. In fact, millions of people have fatty liver disease and don't even know it because the liver stays silent for a very long time. Then the doctor asked one simple question. "What do you usually eat before bed?" Michael laughed. "A bowl of ice cream, sometimes cookies, sometimes leftover cake." The doctor nodded. "You're not alone." Instead of telling Michael to buy expensive supplements or miracle detox drinks, the doctor suggested something much simpler. Replace processed desserts with healthier whole foods whenever possible. That conversation became the beginning of a completely different lifestyle. Several months later, Michael had lost weight, had more energy, was sleeping better, and his follow-up blood work showed improvement. Not because one magical fruit healed his liver overnight, but because hundreds of small healthy decisions slowly added up. And that's exactly what this video is about. There is no miracle fruit. There is no magical detox. Your liver already knows how to detoxify your body. That's literally its job. The goal isn't to clean your liver overnight. The goal is to support one of the hardest working organs in your body by making smarter choices every day. And now, let's begin our countdown. Number 5 is the humble apple. It may not be the most exciting fruit in your kitchen, but don't underestimate it. Apples are naturally rich in soluble fibre called pectin. That fibre helps slow digestion and supports healthier blood sugar levels after eating. Why is that important? Because repeated spikes in blood sugar encourage your body to store more fat. Over many years, excess body fat, especially around the abdomen, is one of the biggest risk factors for developing non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Here's something most people never think about. Your liver works throughout the entire night helping regulate your blood sugar. If you finish your evening with cookies, candy, or cake, you're forcing your liver to deal with a flood of refined sugar, when it should be focusing on its normal overnight repair processes. Replacing those desserts with an apple is a small decision. But remember this, healthy aging isn't built on giant changes, it's built on tiny decisions repeated hundreds of times. One apple tonight, another tomorrow. And before you know it, those small choices become part of your lifestyle. But if you think apples are impressive, wait until you hear about the next fruit. Many people avoid it because of its tiny size, yet researchers continue studying it because it's packed with nutrients that may support both sleep and overall health. I'm talking about kiwi. Kiwi is one of nature's most nutrient-dense fruits. It's loaded with vitamin C, vitamin E, potassium, fiber, and beneficial plant compounds. What's especially interesting is that some research suggests eating kiwi before bed may help improve sleep quality in certain people. Now, you may be wondering, what does sleep have to do with your liver? Quite a lot, actually. Poor sleep is associated with insulin resistance, weight gain, higher inflammation, and metabolic problems that place extra stress on the liver over time. Think about it. When you sleep well, your body repairs itself more efficiently. When you consistently sleep poorly, nearly every organ, including your liver, has to work harder. No fruit can guarantee a perfect night's sleep. But choosing a nutritious evening snack instead of a sugary dessert certainly moves your body in the right direction. And that's the secret many healthy people understand. They're not looking for perfection. They're simply trying to make one better choice than yesterday. Coming up next is a colourful fruit that many people already love. But very few realise why nutrition experts praise it so often. Its beautiful colour isn't just attractive, it's actually a clue to something remarkable happening inside the fruit. And once you understand why, you'll never look at it the same way again. Let's continue our countdown. Number 4 is blueberries. If there were an award for one of the most nutrient-packed fruits on the planet, blueberries would certainly deserve a place near the top. Those beautiful deep blue colours aren't there by accident. They come from natural plant compounds called anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that scientists have studied for years because of their ability to help protect cells from oxidative stress. Now here's something fascinating. Every single day, your body produces unstable molecules called free radicals. In small amounts, they're completely normal. But over time, factors like poor diet, smoking, lack of exercise, obesity, and aging can increase oxidative stress throughout the body. Why should you care? Because chronic oxidative stress is believed to play a role in many long-term health conditions, including those that affect the liver. That's where antioxidant-rich foods become valuable. Not because they magically cure disease, but because they help support your body's natural defense systems as part of an overall healthy diet. Blueberries also provide fiber, which helps slow the absorption of natural sugars, keeping blood sugar more stable compared with processed desserts. Imagine ending your evening with a handful of fresh blueberries instead of a bowl of ice cream. It may seem like a small decision. But remember Michael. His health didn't improve overnight. It improved because he made hundreds of small decisions, exactly like this one. Now, before I reveal the next fruit, let me ask you something. Which bedtime snack is sitting in your kitchen right now? Is it fruit? Or is it cookies, chocolate, chips, or leftover cake? Be honest in the comments. Sometimes admitting where we are today is the first step toward becoming healthier tomorrow. Now let's move to number 3, strawberries. Sweet, refreshing, and naturally delicious. Many people think strawberries are simply a tasty dessert, but they're much more than that. Strawberries are rich in vitamin C, manganese, fiber, and antioxidants that help protect your cells. They're naturally low in calories and satisfy a sweet craving without the added sugars found in many packaged foods. Here's something many people don't realize. Your taste buds can actually change. If you've spent years eating highly processed sugary foods, whole fruit may seem less sweet at first. But after several weeks of reducing added sugar, something amazing happens. Fruit begins tasting sweeter than ever. That's because your brain gradually becomes less dependent on intense sugar stimulation. In other words, healthy eating becomes easier the longer you practice it. Now we're down to the final 2 fruits, and the next one surprised even Michael. Number 2 is pomegranate. At first glance, it looks complicated. Many people avoid buying one simply because opening it seems like too much work. But inside those bright red seeds are fiber, vitamins, minerals, and powerful polyphenols that contribute to its impressive nutritional profile. Each juicy seed reminds us of something important. The healthiest foods in life sometimes require just a little extra effort, and that effort is almost always worth it. If you've never tried adding pomegranate seeds to plain yogurt or enjoying a small serving in the evening, you may be pleasantly surprised. Now we've reached the moment you've been waiting for, the number one fruit. But before I reveal it, remember something. If you're hoping one fruit will completely repair years of unhealthy eating, that's simply not how the human body works. Real health comes from consistent habits, not shortcuts, not miracle supplements, not internet promises. Now, the number one fruit is avocado. Yes. Many people forget that avocado is actually a fruit. Unlike most fruits, avocado contains very little natural sugar. Instead, it's rich in healthy monounsaturated fats, fiber, potassium, folate, vitamin E, and many other nutrients that support overall health. Those healthy fats also help you feel satisfied, making you less likely to reach for unhealthy snacks later in the evening. And because avocado doesn't cause the rapid blood sugar spikes associated with sugary desserts, it's an excellent option for many people as part of a balanced diet. Now here's the bedtime mistake I promised at the beginning of this video. Millions of people eat a large dinner filled with fried foods, refined carbohydrates, sugary desserts, and soft drinks. Then they finish with a few pieces of fruit and believe they've balanced everything out. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Fruit is meant to replace unhealthy snacks, not sit beside them. One healthy choice cannot erase 5 unhealthy ones. Another mistake is eating enormous portions of fruit covered with chocolate syrup, whipped cream, caramel, or added sugar. Once again, moderation matters. Whole fruit is wonderful. Turning it into dessert loaded with added sugar removes many of its advantages. If you truly want to support your liver, remember these simple habits. Choose whole foods more often. Eat plenty of vegetables. Stay active most days of the week. Maintain a healthy weight. Limit sugary drinks and highly processed foods. Sleep 7 to 9 hours whenever possible. Drink enough water throughout the day. And always work with your healthcare provider if you have diabetes, high cholesterol, obesity, or concerns about your liver. Before we finish, I want you to think about something. Your liver has been working for you every single second since the day you were born. It has never taken a vacation. It has never asked for applause, even when you weren't treating your body well. Your liver kept showing up. Day after day, year after year. Maybe tonight is the perfect time to return the favor. Not with expensive detox products. Not with miracle cures. But with one simple healthy decision. Because small choices, repeated consistently, create extraordinary results. Remember, Michael, the happiest moment wasn't seeing better blood test results. It was having enough energy to run around the backyard with his grandchildren again. That's what good health is really about. Not just adding years to your life, but adding life to your years. If this video encouraged you, take a second to press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone you love. One simple share could inspire a friend, a parent, or a grandparent to make a healthier choice tonight. Finally, I want to hear from you. Which fruit are you going to eat before bed this week? And what healthy habit are you planning to start first? Leave your answer in the comments below. I read as many as I can, and your story might inspire someone else to begin their own journey toward better health. Until next time, take care of yourself, because your future self will thank you for every healthy choice you make today.